Hi, as you get started with ASL, I want to talk about the 40 hand shapes notes sheet that I have in your lesson one. Um, ASL requires you to use your hands obviously for your vocabulary. And when our hand shapes aren't crisp, aren't specific, it makes it hard to understand. So just like English speakers or any oral language, speakers will often mumble or not speak clearly. If you don't use your hand shapes clearly, that's what it's like. It's like someone mumbling or being unclear in their speech patterns. So your hand shapes need to be clear, especially while you're learning. It's going to be difficult enough to understand signers signing at a fluent pace using crisp, clear hand shapes. If you don't know your hand shapes that way, it's going to be very difficult to understand signers who have a more relaxed or a sloppier hand shape. So you really need to be clear on that. So if you're looking at the handout that I had put in the lesson for you to print out called the 40 hand shapes of ASL, I want to review those hand shapes with you and make sure you understand. A lot of times on your feedback, you'll see the response weak hand shapes. That means the sign is right. I understood you, but I had to work for it. It wasn't clear. And you need to have those precise hand shapes. The first hand shape is an A, and it looks like this. And you'll see ant, that kind of thing, practice. So it's our A with our thumb tucked against here. So that's a clear A hand shape. The next hand shape is an open A, and that has the thumb out. So you'll see that for girl, remember. So that's with our thumb extended. That's the A, open A. And sometimes that could be referred to as a 10 also. The B has the finger tucked across here, and you'll see that for daughter and son. And then the open B is going to have the thumb out, and sometimes you'll see that referred to as a closed 5 because the fingers here are closed. So the thumb extended is the open B, and you'll see that for please or paper or nice. The bent B looks like this: no, near, how. So that's a bent B. So here's your B, and we bend it at this knuckle. And this should be a nice 90-degree angle here. You should be able to put something on top of the hand here, and it should stay and not fall. It should be a nice, crisp, clean hand shape. Next is the C hand shape for cousin. We'll use class, cousin, Mary. So that's our C hand shape. C hand shape. The D could be used to do dorm, divorce, date. So you want to keep that nice and clean, the D hand shape. This is our E hand shape. You'll see it for elevator, elementary school, educate goes from the E to the D. The F hand shape, the fingers can be apart or together. They're both right. So you could see France or cat or family. The open F is like this. So you can see that for big eyes or a steak. So that's an open F with this part of the hand open. Okay. P-brained is your G. P-brain like little brain, P-brained, not real smart. Green mustache, that's our G hand shape. Okay. H, fun, hard of hearing, horse. Sometimes you'll see that thumb extended on that H hand shape, depending on the sign. Name, train. So tuck that in really good there for our H hand shape. The I hand shape is used for if, art, and institute. Your K, the K hand shape, you need to have your thumb right on the inside of this knuckle here. It shouldn't be sticking way back here like this. It shouldn't be on this finger like this. It should be on this inside knuckle right there. So this should be our K. So we have take care, people, the two of us, and purple. Okay. The L hand shape for later or library. So these fingers are tucked down nicely. The bent L looks like this. So we have moon, run, camera. That's our bent L. M, sometimes you'll see M with all 4 fingers like that. So M for medical, math, member. The N for nurse, niece, and nephew. For no, it closes on the thumb. No. For O, we don't want to do this. This is a flat O, so we want to keep that round on sunrise and office. Owl, okay? The baby O or the closed X, sometimes you'll see, here's your X, you'll see the closed X, you can see perfect, you could see right, or celebrate. Some books will call that an AX handshape too. Sometimes you'll see the thumb up against that X going around like that. The flat O for give or home or eat. Boy, it'll open and close. So that's our flat O. R for restroom, restaurant, restroom, rules, ready. So that's our R. The S for yes, motorcycle, bike, coffee. So S, the thumb crosses and closes. T hand shape, you'll see team, toilet. The U hand shape, you'll see cute and uncle, university. So you want to keep those tucked here. The V for stuck, C, either, and stand up or fall down. So the V. The bent V looks like this. Okay, and you'll see that for like stairs as someone's walking up or down stairs. Ride in, and speechless, the mouth dropping open. W, you'll see weird, world, and water. I'm going to keep that clean. X, tease, hearing aid, apple, friend. Y, you'll see silly. OIC, same. Waddle and New York. The L and the I like this will be the sign for fly, California, I love you. And then a lot of times you'll see these two fingers come down like this for Y. The 1 and the I, you'll see for tent or camping and cigarette. So those would be signs that would use this hand shape. This one isn't as common. The 1 hand shape for stars, go, where, black, death, candy. A lot of signs are made with that hand shape. The 3 hand shape, you'll see lousy and the classifier to show a vehicle moving. You'll see clumsy or awkward. Your bent 3, you'll see like devilish or radio, rooster or a bug. So that bent 3. The 4 can show a line of people. It can show talking. It can show a meeting, people coming together to meet. So our 4. Our 5 hand shape can be done for finger spelling, mom, dad, man, woman, fine, candle. Our bent 5 or our claw, whoops, like you didn't mean to say it, you take the words back. Roommate, machine, want, that's that claw. The 8 hand shape for a light bulb or hate, a lot of times it'll flick, it won't just be that pumpkin, it'll flick. And then the open 8, like this, what's up, feel, sick, tendency. Okay. Those are the majority of the hand shapes you'll find yourself using. So you need to look at the signs in the book and make sure, you know, if it's the open B, make sure you're using that properly, like for bread. Make sure you're keeping that hand shape clear. If you have a question about a sign, either in the video when you're watching the sign model, you don't understand the hand shape she's using, or from the book you can't figure it out, you need to send me an email and ask. Just remember, there's absolutely no way you can learn sign language from a book. It cannot be done. The pictures, although they're drawn as clearly as possible, and the arrow movement is drawn as clearly as possible. Understanding, is this arrow showing a sweeping motion? Is it showing a double motion? Is it showing a back and forth motion? Is it showing a static motion? Where is the placement? Is the sign actually touching the body, or is it out in neutral space? Those things are incredibly difficult to understand from a book, from a two-dimensional drawing. The longer you're in ASL, that you'll get better and better at deciphering a picture in a dictionary. But if all you're going to do is look at the assignment that says I need to know these 5 signs, and then look in the book for those 5 signs and try to sign it, you're going to face a lot of challenges and your signing is not going to be clear. You have to spend time watching the sign model, watching her video over and over and over again to practice with her, to develop correct, clean hand shapes. It's not something that you can look at just once. So please review your hand shapes, make sure they're clear, make sure you understand the way each hand shape is made, that you understand that this is an R, that this is a K, that this is an S or a V or a bent V or a bent L. Make sure those are clear to you. If you have questions, you need to email me and ask. And again, you can't learn this from a book. You have got to pay attention to the video vocab lessons. You have got to watch them, and you've got to watch them more than once. It would be like doing a play. You wouldn't read the script once and get up stage and perform. You wouldn't look at a piece of music and then get on a stage and perform it. You have to practice and review and practice and review to master the vocabulary, to retain it so that you can move into further lessons, maintaining and understanding it. Okay, so please review that, watch those videos carefully, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.